welcome back to the Compliance Kitchen. Today I am looking at a settlement agreement between the Commerce Department's Bureau of Industry and Security, or BIS, and a California company, Dynatex International, or Dynatex. There was a press release on August 16th, and the settlement is over allegations that the company, Dynatex, committed a violation of the Export Administration Regulations, or EAR. And the company and the government settled for a little over $469,000. And more in detail, it was alleged by the government that between 2015 and 2020, Dynatex conspired with others to export semiconductor manufacturing equipment and accessories to two Chinese companies, but they didn't seek approval from the BIS or a license. And according to the public documents, Dynatex knew that the Chinese companies were listed on the BIS entity list. So I pulled up the charging letter and the order, and under the charge section of the order, we have more detail about the conspiracy. So between December 2015 and January 2020, again, Dynatex conspired with others to export semiconductor manufacturing equipment. Specifically, this was a DTX 150 MDB scribe and brake tool, and also associated consumables and accessories. These items were subject to the EAR, or the Export Administration Regulations. They were designated EAR 99, which means this is a designation for items subject to the regulations, but they're not listed on the CCL, or the Commerce Control List. And the items were going to go to Chengdu Gaston Technology Company, or CGTC, also known as Chengdu High Wafer Semiconductor, and China Electronics Technology Group Corporation 55th Research Institute, or CETC 55. However, it was going to be exported without the required license from the Commerce Department. And the problem was that both of these Chinese companies were at the time, and also continue to be listed on the entity list. Supplement number 4 to part 744 of the regulations, and a BIS license is required for exports of these equipment and accessories to these entities, because they're listed on the BIS entity list. So the total value of the commodities was something over $234,000, and again, the settlement amount was something over $469,000. So it does say also in the charge, part of the settlement, that prior to engaging in the transactions, Dynatex was informed that CGTC, that's the first Chinese company they were going to export to, was on a blacklist, was on the entity list, and was asked for clarification that they can ship the scribe or breaker machine to this company without a problem. And Dynatex was allegedly also informed that the Chinese company name should not be shown on shipping documents, because they were listed on the BIS entity list. So nevertheless, Dynatex erroneously responded that they could continue with the transaction, because the Chinese company CGTC was not their customer, but it was a customer of their distributor. Dynatex also improperly continued to ship items to CGTC and also the other company, CETC55, without the required authorization after it was aware that both of these companies were indeed on the entity list, stating that Dynatex did not understand the license requirements to apply to consumables and accessories. No licenses from the Commerce Department were sought or issued for these exports. And so in so doing, Dynatex, that's where we have the violation of the regulations, section 764.2D. So going back to the settlement, according to the order, Dynatex is to pay $50,000 within 30 days of the order, and the rest of the settlement amount will be suspended for a year and could be waived under certain conditions that are spelled out in the order. Of course, if the company is not in compliance with the order, it risks, obviously would be in breach with the government, and they also risk losing their export privileges. So if you guys want to take a closer look at the charging letter, the settlement agreement, and the order, I have a link to that on compliancekitchen.com, so you don't have to go looking for it on eFOIA. And I also have a copy of the press release for this enforcement action.